Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Element, and today we're going to go over a couple of tournament games I had, or a tournament set, I guess you could call it. It was best 2 out of 3, and just a little draft tourney that Ludix and Crypto are hosting right now. My opponent was HeraXGA. After taking a little quick look on ladder, I saw that lately they've been using a lot of wins, so I kind of loaded up kind of an interesting team here. Lambo, Eclipso, Nero, all very standard, usually paired with like a Beat, Light Lavarilla, something like that. But I tossed Beldum in here just because I figured if I'm going into wins, then I can load up on Lightnings and Eclipso can mostly cover anything, and Beldum is just a strong neutral pick in that case. So let's see how this first game goes. Appreciate Hera for letting me record these games and upload them. Much respects, much respects. So we have a Dark Squibby lead here on my Lambolt. As you can see, it's a completely neutral matchup. I brought Winds and Lightnings, while as Hera brought Waters, Fires, and Natures. Not much going on here. I pretty much just fight this because I don't gain any benefit from switching out. I'm already faster. Must have a good bonus on this Squibby to be leading it with Cactus Flower for an extra -10 speed. I wonder if it's 8 or below or 7 or something like that. But anyway, Lambolt pretty much 1v1s the D-Squibby pretty easily. And Eclipso is going to destroy this Pyrus, so I'm not too worried about it coming in and having a double turn. Especially since it can't use Devil Drain here, as I can just switch to Nero. Really, anytime Devil Drain gets clicked, I get a free switch to Nero. Even if I take a double turn, because... Oh wait, no, I'm not faster here, obviously. So the Passion only does 37, but Pyrus is only 2x5 ED, so Eclipso will just destroy this thing in a 1v1. But I basically just hit until Hera clicks Devil Drain, and then I switch out. Because it's essentially free. Nero is PA, so I don't have to worry about hitting versus boosted ED. Pretty free switch. And Nero will take this out in 2 hits and put a lot of damage on the Pambu. Three Lightning Eclipso is a very comfortable build I tend to go to in tourney settings. It's just always solid, even against something that might be considered a counter. Yeah, not too much to see here. There is a Confuse, I believe, that goes off, but I don't remember. Let's see what happens here. I think I get a final off, and there might be a 101 here. It's the best plated though, for sure, on Hera's side to just try to confuse. I think they do get a confuse here, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. You know Element, 101 Magnet. We get hit with spams, baby. But it's not too bad. Makes the end game a little closer, but overall I wasn't worried. Just because I saw seemed like I had better neutral crits for this matchup, especially since I wasn't using Cacto. And Eclipso is just the king of neutral matchups. I debated clicking Sleep Paralysis here, but I realized I just didn't need it. I could pretty much just hit this Wooly, make him kill me with Icicle Crash, and then he's on hard jab while I'm on Eclipse, and it's a favorable move cycle for me to clean this game up. Just Cyclone, and it's a GG's for game 1. And then for game 2, I was debating what I wanted to use. I was fearing the Dewindy Void comp that Hera tends to use on ladder, but overall I just decided to bring another 3 lightning build, this time with Poto and Damsey instead of Beldame and Lambbolt, just to switch up the look, have more speed, have more slow crits on this build, and have a little bit better matchup into a possible Meteorite, but also still covering a possible Void to Windy build or something like that. And then multiple crits with heal, because I was also thinking there might be a Freeze It somewhere, and Freeze It is actually pretty good in the Beldame. So let's see what Hera decided to bring for game 2. We see the Squibby again. We do see a Freeze It, and then also a Lovecraft and an Aqua. Very interesting team, but very cool. I'm a big fan of Freeze It myself, and I think Lovecraft is also very slept on, and Aqua is one of my favorite legendaries. So not much going on here. I just hit on lead, and then they go to Freeze It and hit, and really because it's a completely neutral matchup, I don't really get too much from switching here, so I just continue to hit. Nero's a good matchup into Freeze It because Freeze It has 2x5 PD while Nero has 3x5, so it's a trade that will still pretty much go my way even hitting second here. I think it'll put it in range for Eclipso to finish up with a Cyclone. And I don't have to really worry about that missing, since Nero is on a 100% cycle for both Final and Destruction. Freeze It though, very cool crit, one of my favorites. So I just hit with a Cyclone here. And then I think I duel the Lovecraft for a little bit before taking a switch at some point. Lovecraft is actually a pretty good answer into Eclipso because of the Ethereal on final, which prevents bleed from ticking. And then I end up twistering here, but I think just hitting Cyclone is probably a better play here. But I think Hera does end up staying, so the twister stacks all get used up. So it was the damage I preferred, I think. Or maybe I switch here. Let's see. I guess that's still 2x13 is still a little bit more than Cyclone, so I guess it was worth it here. But I think I do switch here to the Damsey to soak up a double turn because I have high ED on it. But instead of just hitting through, which is the better play, Hera decides to go Kraken. The reason hitting through is better there is because I switched against a neutral matchup because I wanted to save the Beldame double turn possibly for later. After possibly killing that, and then the Aqua would reset against my slower crits later. But instead they trap, and I just pretty much fight because obviously I'm trapped in him with it. So I kind of cycle around Shock Absorption to be able to click it and heal off the bleed, and also to prevent an extra 10 tick of damage. So I get a Thrash in there, and then just go for final. And with the Barbed, I end up bringing this Kraken down to basically one hit. It's crazy, honestly. Damsey's super slept on, just basically 1v1 this Kraken, no problem. And Aqua's a very good legendary, so it'll put this Aqua in range of a final from Poto. Really strong final. Poto, another one of my favorites. Super cool design and powerful final on this thing. Just proceed to hit the D-Squibby, not much else to do. Get this thing to one hit, and then Poto's in perfect place to absorb a double turn from Lovecraft, which will put Eclipso in a perfect place to finish this match. Shout out to Zaza for spectating and whoever's on Steam today. So Hera tries to get me to, I think, take my own turn with bleed and poison here, but I ends up not quite being enough. I'm able to just click, and I think Poto will actually finish this game off by itself. And I think they heal here to try to whatever. I see the play, but Eclipso being faster means there's no way to get back from this, but I see the plays. Oh, I actually live on one. So Eclipso does get the final hit here. And that will be a GG's. Very well played to my opponent, Hera. Some little misplays in there, but overall fun games. I ended up just bringing probably stronger neutral matchups, which is how I pulled out with it. Definitely stay tuned in the future for maybe something like a Tourney team building strategy guide. You know, my philosophies when going into a Tourney match, depending on the player. And I wasn't actually going to upload anything from this draft tourney because it's just round one groups, but I think our group will not move on. We had a lot of tough opponents that we had to play, and you know, tournaments don't always go your way. A lot of luck involved and stuff of that sort. So, anyways, GG's. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. This was Element.